This video is about onboarding Walmart. You can apply this to other platforms, but specifically getting set up on Walmart, switching to Walmart from Target, from Etsy, from eBay, from Amazon, from any of these places. I had 25, 30 years experience on Amazon as one of the biggest sellers. I've been on every platform and I'm giving you advice for free. So today I'm talking about onboarding Walmart. We set up a new Walmart about a year ago. I can tell you exactly what happened. I can tell you what's happened since then. So what happens with Walmart is they're playing catch up with Amazon and even some of the other sites. So playing catch up with Amazon is kind of a nightmare because of retention problems, which means Amazon has got the retention. There's no way to do it. Just ask Temu and the millions of Temus before Temu, they can't compete. So Walmart's trying to compete. They've set up a really nice shared database, which means just like Amazon, you copy pages, you don't create your own. So you have a shared database. It looks better on Walmart, but it is not better. And so let me tell you about the actual onboarding. The very beginning, you apply to Walmart. What can happen is a Walmart, like a recruiter can reach out to you if you're a big Amazon seller like we are. They can reach out to you and say, why don't you switch to Walmart? We'll help you out. We had a case manager that helped us switch, in this particular case, from one of our Amazons. Amazon's a nightmare right now. So we're switching from the nightmare in terms of price fixing and all of the account risk problems with Amazon and getting products approved. So we switched to Walmart hoping that we could get products approved. I'm going to tell you what happened. So our account rep contacts us, sets us up with the process, which was pretty simple. You go and you onboard in terms of basically just application, your business ID, tax number, things like that. They ask you little questions about your previous experience and your experience on other platforms like Amazon. Now they knew that we had 100,000 products on Amazon, so they weren't too worried about that with us. We were approved. This is what happened. The guy said, the process can take 3 days. You can actually be in limbo for 3 days, and then you'll get approved, and then you'll get a notice from me, and then I'll tell you how to start the process of setting up your database. At that point, they'd switch to where you could manage one product at a time in terms of uploading, which is what we wanted. I don't like mass uploads. They don't work, and they present too many problems with an already screwed up metric system. That's another video. You like when I do that? So the rep contacts who filled out the application, everything said fine. It said it needed to approve our business ID and our DUNS number. Don't ask me why DUNS number. And so we waited the 3 days, nothing happened. So I contacted my rep, he's gone. I guess he quit. No idea. I sent him a bunch of emails, called him. He actually called me you know, not in person, but he actually called me. I heard his voice. He told me how to do this. He was excited about getting us onboarded. He was gone. And so fast forward. This wasn't a year ago. This was a year and a half ago. Fast forward 6 months. All of a sudden we get an email from a dedicated account we'd set up for Walmart that says we were ready to go. That means those 3 days of pending took 6 months. It took 6 months to onboard us just for the application, even though we were already approved. What does that tell me? It tells me they're getting too many people on the front end by promising fee discounts, and it means they may not have been set up for seller volume. I don't know. You can see they put a lot of money into the infrastructure, which means the back end looks good. It looks better than Amazon. Amazon's outdated. Whenever they make a change, it crashes even more. This is onboarding Walmart. Once that 6 month had happened, everything worked fine in terms of onboarding. We were able to list products one at a time. We were able to go in just like Amazon, put in a SKU into the find a product. The product will come up, we copy it with just 3 fields, put in our independent SKU, our independent price, and our quantity. So that's all we had to do. Here's where the problems start. First of all, the database looks better, it's not better. It's got just as many problems, it's got just as many cross-reference problems. Here's the big problem. The big problem is we did it specifically to be able to list one particular product segment. Now we've ended up listing a lot of product segments. We have a lot, but one in particular, because Amazon had completely blocked everyone. And when we went to do that, we discovered the exact same system as Amazon, which means they can block your products for price fixing, which means if a manufacturer makes a deal with Walmart back end, they can tell Walmart or make a deal with Walmart not to let anyone else with that brand list, which means the SKUs are in the database, they have to be. But when someone tries to list it, it says you're blocked, you don't have permission to list this product. That happened to us with 92% of the products. That's insane. Now, a lot of these were in one product segment. Once it starts happening in one segment, you know you're blocked. and you know there's a lot of price fixing going on, which is what there is. It's a popular product segment. And maybe I'll do a whole video on it. Go watch that video. It's not done yet. And maybe I'll get in trouble for it. But in this particular case, let's just say it was a product segment. And so every time we went to list it, that means we're stuck with an inventory. We couldn't list it on Amazon, couldn't list it on Walmart. So we started listing other stuff on Walmart that was possible. And we were able to sneak in some stuff, which means even though a segment is blocked, some SKUs will be mislisted in their database, which means they won't be categorized in the correct segment category, which means if they're blocking that whole category, they miss a couple of the products that are outside of that category. So we were able to list those and get rid of some stuff. So what I learned by doing that and other things was that Walmart's picking up. It's doing much better than the other platforms short of Amazon. Amazon, I don't know what the percentage is, 95% of the platform sales across the board. So you're not really competing with that. Something like 5 billion a day in gross sales. I don't know what it is. That was a made up stat. I've looked it up. It's something like that. And the problem Walmart has is playing catch up. And so the way to play catch up is a balancing act, trying to make your sellers happy, but keep your consumers in this particular market. Go watch the video. There really is one about how spoiled the consumers are, keeping them happy and retained, because the key is retention. Amazon's maximized the retention. Walmart's new in terms of marketplace, third-party marketplace, which means other people set stores up underneath. You know how marketplaces work. That's what this whole channel is about. They drive the traffic, they drive the customers, and they handle a lot of the things. So one of the things Walmart did in the beginning that we didn't like was they allow even more returns, and Amazon didn't have a return dispute system. Amazon has a really good return dispute system. Go watch the video. Walmart doesn't. Walmart, as far as I can tell, allows all kinds of disputes because they have brick and mortar stores, which means the consumer has another avenue for returning that product that they bought online by just going. And the next time they go to Walmart to buy their cheese, they bring that thing in, they return it. Walmart ships it back to you. And you get a Walmart package from your customer, auto refunded. And I still haven't found out if we pay the shipping. That'll be a whole nother video. Go watch that. But that's the story about the Walmart onboarding. There's been some good things, some bad things. The sales volume was better than I thought. The customer service was worse than I thought. Database looked better than I thought. Database performance was mediocre, probably worse than I thought, but about the same as Amazon. And the customers, it's been 1 year, the customers I think are worse. And Amazon customers are terrible. Amazon does have a lot of not a lot, but they've got some oversight systems to make sure people don't send back, there's so many words I can't use on here, send back bad products for returns, manipulate the return system, return for no reason. Amazon does have some backup plans, and they have the safe system for the sellers to dispute, and I haven't seen that with Walmart. I know they have one. I have read about it, but I don't know that it works at all. I've never tried it. And I have seen other testimonials saying that they get no response through the system. So that's the news about Walmart. Certainly worth trying, certainly worth finding out ahead of time if your products are blocked there, just like they are on Amazon. I found a higher percentage of products blocked on Walmart than Amazon. And that's terrible because Amazon's blocked everything. So it's not. Amazon's blocked everything, but it's easier to get through their blocks. Walmart permanently blocks a large percentage. Amazon blocks a small percentage, and then they basically gatekeep the rest of them. So that's it. You've got your introduction to Walmart. That's onboarding. I hope this video helps you with that particular platform and any switching you have in the future.